I'll probably get it over. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the mics here. I'm just going to quickly test them and can I hand them down to you?
Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
I just got to quickly go get a sheet though, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Testing. 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 Hello. Testing. Hello.
Live from Caterer Oval, from wherever you may be watching around the world, it's Saturday afternoon footy round 2 in the Adelaide Footy League. Jack Moore and Nathan Woods in the filming footy trailer, looking forward to what should be a pretty enticing matchup with two teams who come in with a revamped list and plenty to prove in season 2025. Good afternoon, Nathan.
Good afternoon, Jack. Yeah, great to be here. Beautiful conditions. Low 20s and the sun's out, and looking forward to a really good game between two sides who look like they're definitely going to be contenders this year in Division 1. So we had Golden Grove having a narrow victory over Salisbury North in their first game a few weeks ago by 4 points, and St Peter's Old Collegians went down by just a few points as well down at Port Districts, 3 points in fact. So both sides, tight first games, and we saw Salisbury North's form was pretty good. They look to be a side that's going to cause some teams some trouble in this competition. They had a good win against Payneham by 23 points yesterday. And so, yeah, all set for this game. It's going to be a great contest, and looking forward to it. So got some new players on show today as well, Jack. Can you go through some of the new players to look out for today?
SPOC have recruited well. They've spent the past couple of seasons being in that relegation scrap at the bottom of the table in Div 1, surviving by one win in the past 2 seasons. They've topped up and made some great new signings. Eddie Weeks in the 2. He's come across from some under-18 footy at Norwood. Lucas De Soto in the number 7 first season. He's played some footy at Peak. Glenelg in the Rezzies and Adelaide Uni. Number 21, Scott Bedford joins cousin Ty. He's got quite the resume. He's played some footy in the Kimberley, South Headland in the Western Australia country, for Broome, also for Morford Vale most recently, some South Adelaide League footy, Flinders Park and Tiwi Bombers in the off-season. Number 39 for SPOC, Fraser Bone, first senior season, played some footy at Westies in the under-18. Jesse McKinnon, 2-time SFL male medalist, Victor Harbour, and some league footy at South in the 53. And number 54, Henry Nellian. He was the Norwood Rising Star in 2021 at the Sandford level, premiership in 2022, and that narrow grand final loss to the Bays in 2024. You've got some players to watch for Golden Grove, Nath.
Yeah, so Liam Verity's new to Golden Grove. He's played a bit of football at North Adelaide, both league and reserves, and was also a prolific goal kicker for Modbury in the past season or 2, averaging, was it 3 goals a game?
3 goals a game, 267 goals in his past 75 games.
Yeah, so he certainly knows where the goals are. Obviously a big Norwood connection here with Golden Grove, and Sammy Dukes playing today as well. So he's been injured a fair bit in his last season or 2 at Norwood, and was the captain of their under-18 premiership a few years ago as well. So he's one to look out for, and obviously you've got all the other the guns from Norwood. Big Lockie Pascoe, Lenny, he's out here. He's had some injuries as well with Norwood, with some bad knees. So he's out here today. We'll look out for Shanton, obviously, and Cavallaro. He was good last week, kicked a couple of goals for them. So and Saints last week, they had Jesse McKinnon, as just spoke about, one of their new players was good for them, and both the Carruthers boys played good games and were in the best players. So Malachy obviously signed up for the whole year this year. He came from Sturt later in the year last year. And Benny Belperio was also one of their best. So, yeah, all set for a cracking game of footy today.
Yeah, arguably the best on the slate of Adelaide Footy League matches this Arvo. 2 games already completed today, with Prince Alfred taking a win in one of those games. The other one seemed to have skipped the memory. Not sure if you've got that yesterday.
Yeah, that was Salisbury North over Payneham Norwood Union.
They've come out with a point to prove, Salisbury North, after being promoted. Just back in Golden Grove, one of the 2 teams to boast 2 ex-AFL players. You mentioned, obviously, Cam Shenton, spent some time with the Saints, and best and fairest winner at Sandy Zebras in the VFL back in 2016. Norwood Premiership in 2018. Leading goal kicker in the Sandford in 2021. So handy resume there. Josh Glenn also played some footy at Gold Coast. Number 5 for Golden Grove this Arvo. And Elizabeth Jr. and came home to play some footy at Norwood in the reserves and league. He was picked number 7 in the 2015 rookie draft. So some headline names all across the field. And both teams chock full of players with impressive resumes. Coming in for Golden Grove, we've got Dylan Schwert, Lam Simon, and Josh Doby and Josh Ingram both miss out. They're coached, of course, by Luke Barmby. While for SPOC, Michael O'Leary leads the troops again. Nick McGill is out, and Hamish Allen also misses today. Charlie Allen comes in, and so does Lockie de Cesare. The men in pink out there to avoid a clash with Golden Grove. The umpires, Robert Kane and Tony Simons, one of the most experienced Div 1 field umpire in the business. On the boundary, Joe McGee and Alex Wicker, and with the sticks in the goals, Steve Martin and John Biggs. As SPOC take their place here at Caterer Oval. It's a beautiful arvo, not a cloud with rain in it to be seen. Sun shining, Jack Moore alongside Nathan Woods for the first bounce.
Yeah, so players just getting in their positions for this. We're just about to commence round 2. We've had to wait 3 weeks since the last game with Gather Round and then Easter. And we've got a couple of other good big games on today. We'll keep you updated with those. Sacred Heart are at home to Port District, so that should be a cracking game. And Ross Trevorroll Collegians, after their good win in round 1, they take on Glenunga at home. So here we go, up in the ruck. Stuart Rattray gets the tap down, and the ball ends up in his hands, and he's wrapped up in a tackle by Pittman. And also Tom Robinson, the opposing ruck. So the ball comes out to Glenn. His kick smothered. Quick little handball out wide. McGill's there. He tries not to give away a free kick. Picked up now by St Kilda. Michaels, we know he's clever. Spearing kick forward, but it's just gone over the head of Johnny Reid on the lead. And ball goes out of bounds last touch. So looks like Sam Duke will bring it in. He's got the job on Johnny Reid, who was in the team of the year last year, Johnny Reid.
Exciting breakaway there, wasn't it? Just overcooked the kick.
Yeah, very good, yeah. Kick looked alright, but just a little bit too much on it. So, Sammy Duke, as we said, former Nord player, he's going to come out wide here now to Xanthopoulos. Doesn't really know what to do with deep in the back pocket here in front of us. Kicks down the line. Good mark. Taken there by Lam Simon. So, Lam Simon. He's just going to chip one in short. So just keeping hold of it here. Josh Hable now. Risky kick to the middle. Michaels did well. He got a little hand onto it, but fortuitously ended up with Pittman. He gives a handball out. Glenn maybe, and up back here now to Xanthopoulos. So Xanthopoulos out wide. Now Duke goes out wide and finds a running Golden Grove player.
Now they've started with plenty of hop. Have the cookers. Lam Simon. What's the length about him? He's the target here. It's over his head. He might get it on the run. Hable says no. Simon gets it now. He deserves a goal. He's been pretty good early on. Puts it on an absolute platter. And at the second time of asking, strong. In the end, uncontested mark. Directly in front. Lam Simon has started beautifully. Him and Hable running through the middle of the ground. And Lockie Pascoe, 33 goals in his 9 games for the Cookers, will line up directly in front.
Yeah, good play through the middle there. Able to Simon, and Simon, beautiful kick. Looks a good player.
Plenty of experience for Pascoe. Norwood and Port in the Sandful. Played some league footy out there. And opens the account on Anzac weekend for the Cookers. Pascoe peels off the first. And Golden Grove on the board early. The Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard. Beautiful lemon vodka soda. I'll have a couple of those responsibly after the game. First goal for the Cookers. 1 goal, 6. SPOC yet to score on this beautiful Saturday afternoon on Filming Footy here at Caterer Oval. We've just ticked over 2.5 in this first quarter.
Yeah, so good movement there. They just held possession back in the defensive 50 there, Golden Grove. And then waited for something to break through the middle. There was a risky kick inboard, so it looks like they want to go inboard at times. So up they go again. Robinson and Stuart Rattray. Stuart Rattray gets the kick. Picked up there by Thatcher. He was tackled, dispossessed. Pittman working hard, getting plenty of it. That was McGill there. Benny McGill. Oh, he's all over him there a bit, but umpire says play on. This is Bedford. He gets wrapped up in a tackle though as well. So that was Scott Bedford, the player from South Adelaide, who's come across, as we mentioned.
So 2 centre clearances now for SPOC, but yet to get any reward on the scoreboard, but in a dangerous area.
Yeah, throw in about 30 metres out. Robinson in there this time. George was doing the rucking. Snap forward. Reed in front of Duke. Couldn't get it. Glenn again. He's been very busy early. Kicks out wide. Cavallaro on the lead. Bill Perrio's got the job on him. Wraps him up. Does well. Clever little kick by Cavallaro. He was looking for Connor Hillcoat. But ball out of bounds. Throw in just outside of Slate's board 50.
The boundary umpire will chuck it over his head on this near side commentary wing here at Caterer Oval. Glenn just bites off a bit too much, dispossessed. Great tackle coming out of that from Fergus Carruthers, and then bombed inside forward 50 for the Cookers, McKelvey. And in the perfect spot, luck or skill, you be the judge at home, and a beautiful mark for Pascoe. This time the angle's a little bit more acute. It's about a 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 35 out.
He struck his first one well, so he's got a confidence booster. You'd probably back him in. Another good contested mark from Lenny Pascoe.
2 in the first game for Pascoe as the Cookers opened their account, looking for a fast start. Looks pretty good. It might just fade late and across the face. No real breeze. It's the best kicks and best users of the footy will come out on top today on that Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard. 1-1, Golden Grove 7, SPOC yet to score on this beautiful Saturday afternoon footy. Thanks to Dartfish and Filming Footy. We've played just over 5 minutes in this first quarter.
So kicking comes out. Oh, Simon hit the ground hard. St. Peter's might be in here, but a handball's errant. Cavallaro's there, working hard. Nelligan's there. Ball comes out wide now. Carruthers, that's Malachi. He dives on top of it, and he's wrapped up pretty quickly there by the Golden Grove player. So just a bit sloppy there from St. Peter's. Had a chance to work that from one end to the other. The ruckman go at it. Ball to ground. Good handball out there from Jesse McKinnon. Bel Perios, chiselling ball, beautiful kick. Oh, Johnny Reed's dropped what he should have taken. That's Ty Bedford now. He tries to shove off one, but tackled hard. Clever little tap by Duke. Working hard now with Xanthopoulos. He's had a bit of it early. Nice little kick, though, there from Connor Dodd. And through the middle here, now go Golden Grove. Through Mitchell McKelvey. One of 3 Mitchells playing to Glenn. Glenn on that nice left foot out wide. Another kick. Pascoe was there, but in front coming across was another Golden Grove player. So St. Peter's now. Can they get it out of there? Picked up by Mitchell McKelvey again. Now Pascoe. He just pumps it in long. In the box seat there was Edward Weeks, but he couldn't quite take the mark. It's a long way away from us, but the ball's gone out in the forward pocket for St. Peter's. So, for Golden Grove, who starting to get on top a little bit here.
Strong start from SPOC around clearance, but they're just wasting it inside forward 50, and Golden Grove on the counter have been slick. Glenn started beautifully, one-handed mark moments ago, and SPOC will do well here to lock it in. Dropped an uncontested mark in the back pocket moments ago. As the flag flies over St. Peter's at Caterer Oval, and SPOC will try to clear it out. Flurry of handballs. Malachi Carruthers doesn't get very far. Golden Grove all in the right areas, the right time. Space to run and go. McKinnon's got it inside. Nice. Stuart Rattray, long way from where he'd like to be. And again, the kick going inside their forward half doesn't work. It's cut off by Schwert, the former Altona junior. Now with Hillcoat. Risky kick inside the middle of the ground, but it works. All by himself, Josh Abel. Played some footy at Central District and wide, and a beautiful long mark. Josh Glenn is taking this first quarter by storm. Here's Verity inside. Nice one-handed spoil coming out to meet it. McKelvey's there on the clean-up. Butters up. Long darting effort all the way to the face of goal, and SPOC will do well to rush it over for a point. 5-alarm fire inside forward 50 for the SPOC defenders. We've played over 8.5 minutes now. SPOC yet to get their account underway, and Golden Grove 1-2-8. They bring it out to half-back. Nice mark from Malachi Carruthers.
So, Mal's the call here. Carruthers just holding it up here. Pascoe on the mark. Goes down the line. It's a good kick as well. McKinnon, thought he just got shoved there, so bit of frontal contact. So Jesse McKinnon
Two-time SFL male medalist. Definitely one to watch. Former Victor Harbour player and played some footy at South in the Sandful as well. So,
got a good resume. Jesse McKinnon.
A star signing.
Certainly is, Jack. So he goes in forward now. Looking for George there. Couldn't pick it up, but over the back, Benny McGill has a shot at goal. Oh, looks... No, just to the near side there, so missed opportunity there, but in the right area for St. Peter's here. So Cavallaro gets the kick from Duke. Out wide, looking for Glenn. Oh, coming across and taking a good mark was Ty Bedford. Nelligan's on in the middle. Just about play on. No, he elects to wait. Just outside his range here. Just outside 50.
Yeah, that wind, if anything, is just going across the ground, so it won't help him much with the distance, but he seems to think he's got it.
Yeah, he's held up play here, whether he's just foxing for a lead, but it looks like he's going to have a crack. So Nelligan gets good connection. He's made the distance, but just comes across to the left of goal and through for another minor score. So St. Peter's get their second point. Trailing Golden Grove, 1-2. Just waiting for the ball to come back here. Ty Bedford ran past Nelligan there. He was looking for a little handball around the back there and have a pop from 50, but Nelligan ended up making the distance. So here we go. Bring it in. Oh, it's nice and clear there, Lamb Simon. He started well. Pretty congested ahead. So Simon... Big kick to centre wing. Good contest. Great crumb there. That was Cavallaro. And beautiful kick as well. Great skills. Out wide. He's going to bring it in. That's another nice kick. Some really good kicking here. Ends it up with Mitchell Payne. He popped it in. And that man again on the lead. Lockie Pascoe. He's causing some headaches early here for St. Peter's.
Great mark from Pascoe with a kick from Mitchell Payne. He went the fake, tried to dart the SPOC defender out. He bought the candy and the dart inside 50 to Pascoe. That delivery, Lockie Pascoe licking his lips.
Yeah, some really good disposal there. Cavallaro as well, hit the target well. So Pascoe's third shot on goal. Should kick this one straight in front. He likes it. It's just curling a little bit, but I think he snuck it in. Yes, he has. As you just mentioned, Jack, there's a bit of right to left there. Bit of a breeze, but that one snuck through. So Pascoe gets his second. He's off to a really good start. And the St. Peter's boys defensive six just having a little meeting here. They're going to have to really tighten up and try and prevent this entry into Lockie Pascoe.
And that Hirin Kayosuku scoreboard. Golden Grove now 2-14. Ticking towards the 12-minute mark of this first quarter. And it's not hot out there, but the sun's out. A few hands on hips and a few tired boys are just trying to get themselves sorted for this first quarter, second half of this first quarter. Nowhere near time on just yet. Clearance not yet affected. It's gone lateral out to this near side wing. So Pascoe with 2 goals to his name in the first 12 minutes. Warning signs. Here's Cavallaro. The Golden Grove Junior played some footy at Norwood in the league. All the way through the age gaps. That's a mark of the day contender. Beautiful grab. Velcro on the fingertips. Right down there in front of the clubhouse here at St. Peter's. The Burrows have cut off all the options internally, so he's got to go wide. Ball plays its own tricks, dribbles towards the boundary, refuses to die. Nice handball at the back from Duke. He captains an under-18 premiership in the Sandford. Tries to use it across the face of goal. Just leant back on the kick ever so much. And coming in to meet it with the headgear on, one of their absolute stalwarts in Ben McGill. His brother's not out there today, but he dobs it off and unmarked, about 40 out. Here's Ty Bedford.
I think it was Teddy Newman that took that good mark back in the defensive 50 there for St. Peter's.
He's got a resume as long as you'd like. This man, number 10, Ty Bedford. His confidence has boomed in the pre-season. His cousin Scott has come to join the Spockos and can get them on the board in round 2? The answer is a resounding no. Just bargained for that breeze maybe to bring it back and just hung it out to the left. They're on the board though now, Spock, with their second behind. 2-2-14, 2 behinds. Ty Bedford played some footy at Banks in the NTFL over the off-season. So a fantastic resume, and he's played some footy at Perth in the Waffle as well, the Walkerville and Unley Junior, starting his 3rd season here at SPOC. Saturday afternoon, Div 1 footy. We've played 14 minutes and Golden Grove have a 2-goal lead, but SPOC have been just as good.
So Golden Grove bring it in now. Out wide. Oh, good strong mark again. I think that's Teddy Newman. He's taken 2 good grabs, but he's been pinged for a free kick. So Mitchell Slater, he'll take the kick. So Xantha Paulus doing the kicking in. He's been busy early in this first quarter. But down the line, Slater. Oh, good mark back there though.
Just on the Dartfish replay, the free kick wasn't against Newman, it was against the teammate. That was against Fraser Bone for a push there.
Thank you, Jack. I didn't quite catch that. So here's Duke. He takes a good mark. Defensive 50. There's nothing much on ahead, so he's just slowing it up.
He turned over that last kick laterally, so he's just going to play the odds, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to go down the line. So Peters has got numbers there. Get a handball out wide. Oh, it looks like it could be out in the full though, and it was. Carruthers knew straight away. He didn't like it. That was Fergus Carruthers. But looks like it may have been touched off the boot. So it's going to be a throw in.
Throw in. They've done well here, Spock, just to push their zone down and just take away that lateral kick from Golden Grove when they get it. So they've got to just alter the team plan a little bit.
So ball over the back to Bedford. Bedford to Carruthers, a short one. That's to the other Bedford in Scott. Ty had it originally and he's been tackled high.
Yeah.
So Scott Bedford now.
Yeah, he was lucky he got tackled high because he threw it out.
Yeah.
Free kick was there.
60 out here. What can he do? Johnny Reid on the lead. It goes over his head, but a good strong mark by Higgins. So James Higgins. Johnny Reid presented, but ball just drifted over the top, and a good contested one-on-one mark from Higgins in opposition to Connor Hillcoat. So a little steadier here, St. Peter's.
Love those boots as well.
Yeah, very bright pink boots.
Footwear of the day.
So in comes Higgins. Can he get Saints first? Oh, he loves it. Umpire doesn't move at all. And St. Peter's get their first goal. So only 1 goal the difference here. 2-2, 14, Golden Grove play St. Peter's 1-2-8. And we've just ticked towards 17 minutes played in this first quarter.
First goal of the year for Jimmy Higgins. Kicked 43 in his previous 59 coming in to today. The Walkerville Junior. Also played some junior footy at Kingston. Beautiful part of the world. And South Adelaide and Norwood at underage level. And some Resi's footy at the Red Leagues too. So Spock have finally got that goal to show for their good start to this game, despite Golden Grove being more efficient in their forward half. Glenn's in the middle of that pack, and so is Pittman at ground level. And the umpire's going to have to do it all again in the middle circle here at Caterer Oval. The wind just going across your screen, pushing towards the outer side. Big punch, that's worth as much as a short kick from Cam Shenton, former St Kilda and Sandy's best and fairest. Didn't work though, because Spock back on the overlap, kick from about 50, just peels it off the boot. Henry Nelligan thought he had it. Thumped into that padding and bringing it back in. Lam Simon, short kick. And this man has had plenty of it in the opening quarter. This is Sammy Duke, former captain of the South Adelaide Under-18 Premiership side. 18 minutes gone, and it's 2-2-14 to 1-3-9. A Golden Grove 5-point lead.
Big fly there again. Newman taking some good marks here. Teddy Newman. Michael's on the lead. That's ignored. He's going to go longer to Reid. So Johnny Reid on the lead. He's got the fly. Could have been pushed out, but Ty Bedford grabs it. Michaels now to Cesare. Good pressure there, though, coming from Hayden Thatcher. So Saints having a good little period here. I'd love to get another one on the board here to draw level.
Nelligan around the contest. That kick for goal, he's just a nugget, isn't he?
Yeah,
he runs all day.
Very classy. Oh, to Cesare. Grabs it off the pack beautifully. Snap at goal. Great spot there. But just went across the face of goal. Out of bounds. So last possession. But yeah, as you said, Henry Nelligan, class act. He's very clever. He's real good on both sides as well.
And that ruck work from Fraser Bones coming off for a rest now. So we'll see who takes the ruck duties.
So Habel's got it. He got the kick from Duke again. Out wide. Newman comes at it. Fergus Carruthers has a fumble. Goes back to Newman. Newman misses the handball here. A bit sloppy. So now it's Edward Allen, the captain. Handballs to Belperio. He misses George with a handball though. And in comes Pittman. Does well. Hard at it. Handball goes out to Thatcher. Pittman wanted it back. Let him know. But on the lead, Pascoe, it's gone over his head. Picked up in defence. Well by St. Peter's. And Belperio now has it on the defensive 50.
Umpire might stop play here because Harvey George has stayed down in the middle of the ground, clutching his head after that last contest.
I think it might have been Pittman, was it, that went in hard and some solid contact.
Looked all fair and legal, but just came off second best, trying to get a Dartfish replay up to see what happened, but looks like George is back to his feet here, lucky for him. Went in hard on the ground ball, just seeing it now on the replay. Oh, he went head first and got a head to the hip. Hip to the head, I should say. Nothing in it, but the technique from George probably needed to be a bit better because the hip of, I think it was Lockie Pascoe in there, was it? Or
I think my Pittman it was
Pittman?
Pittman, yeah.
Got my piece confused.
Yeah, yep.
He was definitely there first, so nothing against Jakey Pittman, just unlucky. But George is off, looks okay. And game continues. SPOC to this near side wing. It's going to be measured beautifully because Tom Robinson will kill that all day. Former Jeps Cross Junior, and he captained an under-18 Sandford Premiership for North Adelaide. He kills it, and they'll throw it in. So, see who takes the ruck contest here. Because Dodd's gone off for a bit of a rest, and it looks like it was Robinson getting to the front of that pack. Clearance for SPOC inside forward 50. With courage going back Blades. Got two hands to it. Couldn't mark it. It's at the back now. Xanthopoulos was involved. All under pressure here at half back. Lovely handball. Thatcher finds Habel. And a beautifully measured kick to the slight Jed Banwell. But he's a sight for sore eyes when he gets up and going. That kick's turned over. And a beautiful mark at half back. And coming off there is Ben Belperio. He's had a pretty good first quarter. It gains about 3 or 4 metres. Goes laterally and switches things up. McGill and a mark on the outer side by the new signing. And Danger Man, the inside mid. Nelligan will look to maybe go inside 50, but short kicks on to Eddie Allen. He'll pump it inside 50 for SPOC.
So they've moved it well down the outer side. Allen, Reed's there. Oh, good mark, Johnny Reed. Looks like he's kneed his teammate, the ruckman Stuart Rattray, the back of the head, but it was a big leap. And Johnny Reed, he's had a couple of chances to take some marks, but this one, he made sure of it and it stuck.
He's just been waiting for that right delivery, hasn't he? There's been a couple that have gone over his head, and we spotted Nelligan earlier, just his silky ball use, and need that right kick inside 50 that SPOC have been missing the past couple of seasons, and Nelligan provides that.
Yeah, it's so important. Forward 50 entries. And he's got some speed, got a good jump on him, Johnny Reed. So when he comes, that 40 out, leans back, he likes it, goes over and gives high fives to his teammate in Higgins, and St. Peter's now, they hit the front by a point. They go to 2-3, leading Golden Grove. The Cookers 2-2, so we thought it'd be a good close game, and that's exactly what is being delivered here. Good crowd in attendance, good weather. Big St. Peter's contingent down the southern end. And 1 point margin now for St. Peter's.
So Lockie Pascoe kicked 5 goals against SPOC in both games last year. He's kicked 2 in this first quarter. SPOC have answered right back through Higgins and Reed. Reed kicked 4 against the Kookaburras in round 2 last season. Quirk of the draw, with these teams matching up in round number 2 of 2025 and last season as well. Coming out of the middle. There's Pittman. Handball to half-back. That's a wonky kick. They're going to have to do some clean up here because they're in. SPOC away for their third. Slight push. Doesn't matter. Oh, it did in the end. Great diving effort as it just glanced the left goalpost on the way through. Michaels was running into an open goal. It was a making of their own demise, the Kookaburras, but SPOC can't make them pay. And the Kieran Ketzel scoreboard, 2-4-16 SPOC, 2-2 Golden Grove, well into time on first quarter.
So able to bring it back in, out wide. Oh, good mark out there as well. It might have been Thatcher. He goes in board, looking for Banwell. Does well, the speedy Jed Banwell. Oh, but a fumble there from Glenn, I think it was. Banwell goes after it again. Ball flying everywhere. Robinson, the ruckman's in there with Allen. Charlie, that was. Now ball spills out to Cavallaro. And a nice little kick there has hit Michael Cavallaro. About 45 to 50 out. 45-degree angle. So it'll take his best effort. But he's a very skillful player. Something out of nothing there. It was pretty scrappy, but players were going in hard.
Coast to coast type stuff. You don't see it very often in this level of footy, but you finish it off.
So Cavallaro, can he put the Cougars back in front? Oh, he shanked it. And through for a minor score, so didn't quite get a real good connection there. 2-3 now, Golden Grove. Still trailing by 1 point.
On the Kieran Ketzel scoreboard.
Yeah, you get to have one of those, Kieran. I saw them the other day. I might have to have one, though, very soon.
Lemon vodka soda. Beautiful.
Nice. So St. Peter's bring it in now. The running Malachi Carruthers. Down the wing. Has one bounce. On the right boot. Goes in forward. There's 2-on-1 there. And reading it well over the back was Thatcher again. So Aiden Thatcher. Quick little kick in board. Cavallaro. Has had a good first quarter. Gets the lead from Glenn. That's ignored. He goes out wide. Wide pocket. Back to Thatcher. So Thatcher now. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was number 19, Kane Blades. Goes out wide. And the captain, Edward Allen, sees it out of bounds. Back in the forward 50 of Golden Grove.
26.5 played. First quarter, nearing our quarter-time siren. 2-3 to 2-4. SPOC with a 1-point lead. Tight defensive tussle around contest and jumping on Jake Pittman, and the umpire said that's going to be holding the ball because you dived on the footy and Pittman jumped straight on the back of the SPOC on baller, and he'll line up a very tight angle on that outer side. Breeze has just died down. It's going to help Pittman. And can he give Golden Grove a lead heading into this quarter-time break?
He's had a good quarter. Pittman, Glenn, Cavallaro, they've all been very busy. Strong midfield.
So first 2 goals of the day to Pascoe. That one's just going to die late. Wind picked up at the wrong time for Jakey Pittman. And that Kieran Ketzel scoreboard. 2-4-16. Golden Grove 2-5-17 for SPOC. So still that 1-point advantage as they bring it in on this near side. And it's a strong effort. Just overread it. Couldn't quite take it. And running through was Dodd. Straight into the grandstands. And SPOC will take it right in front of those steps of the change rooms here at Caterer Oval. Saturday afternoon, round 2, Adelaide Footy League action. All 3 games on this Saturday afternoon. Live right now to mark of the day contender, Thatcher. The Gullies Junior just signals to settle things down. Last minute or 2 of this opening quarter. The devil on his shoulder said, go inside, but the Angel wins out. Kicks it down the line, plays the percentages. Off a couple of SPOC hands, comes back the other way. Thumped into the crowd by Mitchell Slater just to take care of it. Siren sounded in the background though. A pretty fierce and contested opening quarter. SPOC won the clearances early, but Golden Grove made their inside 50s count on that Kieran Ketzel scoreboard at quarter time. 2-5-17 SPOC, 2-4-16 Golden Grove, the Cookers, I reckon they would think they should be in front, but SPOC would have claims to that as well, missing a few easy chances, Nathan.
Yeah, certainly. Golden Grove, Pascoe kicked a couple there, but they had a couple of chances probably to go 2 or 3 ahead, but St. Peter's pegged them back, and they also had a few chances as well. So, end of the day, both teams would be reasonably happy. A tight contest and nothing in it at quarter time.
So quarter time here at Caterer Oval on Filming Footy Saturday afternoon. Thanks to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, custom by RTC, High Five e-bikes, Starfish. Archie's our player of the game, takes home a lovely pair of Archies, of course. Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, and the Gully. Best on Ground also gets a $50 voucher for the Gully. Pretty good prize that. Back with the second quarter after this on Filming Footy.
So all in readiness now for this second quarter. St. Peter's v Golden Grove. Caterer Oval looking a treat. So up goes Robinson, uncontested. Stuart Rattray didn't go up. Fergus Carruthers, his handball's intercepted well there. Kick forward by Golden Grove, coming across Teddy Newman. He misses it. Cavallaro's there. What can he do? He's normally clever in this situation. Gives it over to Pascoe. His kick goes forward and going back, taking a good mark, was Edward Weeks. So good clearance for Golden Grove. Weeks down here, going close to the line. It's going to drift out of bounds on the full in front of Jesse McKinnon. So Golden Grove are going to pump this back in through Josh Glenn.
Yeah, the wind's just come this side of the ground, so blowing right to left now.
So Glenn, short little chisel to Shenton. Shenton now. Nice kick, beautiful kick. Pierced 4 St. Peter's players. And the mark taken here by Verity, that man we spoke about earlier.
The class of Shenton there, he kicked it and he just wheeled away. No celebrations, knowing he'd measured that to an absolute perfection.
Certainly was. So Verity now, he knows where the goals are. We spoke about it earlier. Kicked over 200 from Modbury in recent years and slots that one through. So Golden Grove get the early one here.
4th of the season for Verity.
5-point margin here, so good start for the Cookers in this second quarter.
The goal machine, 270 goals now in his past 76 games. Absolute gun for the Modbury Hawks. Trying his hand at Div 1 footy. He's fitting in pretty well in the opening stages of this 2025 season. Great recruiting from Golden Grove. Taken out by McKinnon. Through hands. It's all dirty under there. And getting in and under was Higgins. He'll be rewarded with a high contact free kick. He played on umpire, said go. Didn't quite want to. Flying across the front. Wynn just took it off the hands. Lucas DeSoto dealt with by Josh Glenn. He held him up and dumped him. Ground level now, trying to get through. The pressure has gone up around the contest from the Cookers in this second quarter. And pinned for holding the ball at half back. That was Scotty Bedford. Just trying to bite off a bit more than he could chew. Strong contested mark, almost taken by Shenton. Falls to Simon, and they're away. Shenton kept running, like he always does. Here's Banwell. Handball out wide, confronted was Pittman. Got the handball out, now inside forward 50, over the top. Liam Verity, confidence up, kicked the last one, hands it off, Shenton. Shenton kicked it to Verity on the last inside 50, and Verity returns the favour. Shenton lining up directly in front.
Yeah, good play by Shenton. In the middle, just couldn't quite take the mark, but Simon did well there with him, and Shenton, class act, and deserves a shot at goal now.
He started the chain at half back, kept running on the travelator, found himself 35 out from goal. Liam Verity just stopped on a 5-cent piece, handed it off, and Shenton wheels away with the knowledge that he's given the Kookaburras a healthy buffer on that Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard. 4-4-28 now as Golden Grove make their possession pay. An 11-point lead, SPOC 2-5-17.
Yeah, so good start the second quarter for the Cookers. Got some real firepower up forward with Pascoe and Verity. Shenton running in there off half back, or he might even be in the middle at the moment.
Isn't it great to have a Sandful leading goal kicker like Shenton play a role kind of on ball and then push forward?
Yes, certainly is. So back in the middle here, Robinson and Stuart Rattray. Shenton wraps up the player there, Glenn. Gets a little handball out wide to Pittman. Pittman now, his kick's going to go straight to Benny McGill. He couldn't take the mark. Picked up there by Higgins in those pink boots. Stuart Rattray, hurried kick out wide. Leading in the race there to Soto. And he's going to get a free kick. So St. Peter's going to go inside 50 here. Nice little left foot kick. He's found Malachi Carruthers. He's going to quickly play on, but his kick's a bit of a grubber, but Bedford does well. Spins around. Picked up here. Great goal, I think, is it? Yes, he's kicked a goal. Was it Nick Michaels, I think? Yeah, Nick Michaels. Clever goal there. We know he's classy around goals, and an opportunist goal there. So St. Peter's get one back. An important one there as well. Some good play out of side. Soto getting involved. And Bedford elusive up there. Ball spilled out, and a great finish by Michael. So margin back now to 5 points.
Just what SPOC needed in this second quarter. Michaels with the goal, back in the middle. Great tackle from Pittman. No prior, and he brought down McKinnon, the two-time SFL male medalist Victor Harbour. Wearing the blue of St. Peter's this season in the ruck. Robinson and Stuart Rattray. Nobody really wins it clearly, but it bounces the way of McGill. His handball back into trouble. Higgins always around the pack. Strong tackle, ball up. Mitchell Payne in there, played some footy at league level for Central District. His 81st game in the green and gold this afternoon. Taken out, offhands, Carruthers loads up from 50. No good for Malachi, but he has some experience. Played some league footy at Sturt and for Sydney in the VFL. The Div 1 Team of the Year last season alongside his teammate Johnny Reid. And that here in Hale Ketzel scoreboard. SPOC just closed the gap to 4 points, back to pretty much what it was at quarter time.
So Hable to bring it back now. He's going to run and play on. Go to the outer side. Little shove there. Over the back bell. Edward Allen, the skipper, takes a good mark. Swings out wide, but he's kicked it straight to Golden Grove. It's a short little kick there. A bit too much on it. Ty Bedford leads in the race, gives it to the skipper, Allen. Scott Bedford did well, got in front, couldn't take the mark, and wrapped up in a strong tackle there. Tackling's been fierce today. That was the Cesare who wrapped up the Golden Grove player. So, ball up. Tapped by Robinson. Stuart Rattray working well. Hurry, kick forward, quick little handout. Edward Allen. Benny McGill in the race. Oh, copped a bad bounce. Slater was there. Now it goes back to Cesare. He's done some case. Handball to Soto. Oh, he's put his man under the pump. To Cesare. He's sparging off one or two. No, it wasn't Nelligan. Now to Cesare. Can Malachi Carruthers finish from the boundary? No, he can't. To the near side. That would have brought the St. Peter's crowd to life, but a bit of handball happy there. And 3 for a minor score.
Spun into dead end after dead end did SPOC.
3-7 now.
Short kick in the back pocket for Grove. His margin closes once again. Here's Glenn all the way back at half back. He covers the ground like a gazelle. Speaking of gazelles, Golden Grove out of the back half of the ground. Strong mark. Verity pushing right up the ground. Leaves space inside forward 50. Who's back there to capitalise? Nice lead. Shenton kicked with the breeze over his head. Missed opportunity. Out of bounds last possession. 40 out from the SPOC defensive goal. Be brought back into play. Grove have pushed their zone right up, so a short options on to Charlie Allen. Last season, SPOC best and fairest. Charlie. And back to where we started at half back as SPOC load up towards the wing.
So out to the outer side. Good contest there. And tapped out of bounds by Xanthopoulos.
Whoever tightens up their foot skills, you think, will just make a clean break on the scoreboard. They've had plenty of chances going inside both forward 50s.
Yeah, no doubt. They've got some good targets up there as well to pinpoint. So throw in. Rattray and Robinson having a good battle. Strong tackle there, Pittman. He wanted a free, didn't get one. Malachi Carruthers working hard. Handball out. 2 to Cesare, but Carruthers is going to get a free kick here. So, Malachi Carruthers.
It's pretty empty forward 50, only 3-on-3 inside there.
Yeah, so we had to go short to Edward Allen, the skipper. Now to Weeks, one of the new players out wide to Bill Perio, so they're just switching across the ground here. And Bill Perio looks out wide. Oh, strong mark, he'll be paid in front. Golden Grove player thinks he's had a bit of it, but from behind, probably the coach would want him punching that. So Edward Allen's down in the forward line. He's got a beautiful kick in the leader, and Johnny Allen's perfect football there. As you said before, Jack, whoever can get these forward entries right will give themselves every opportunity to take the chocolates today. So Johnny Reid in front of the St. Peter's faithful has his chance to kick his second of the day and put St. Peter's back in front. They've had a good little period, and he likes it off the boot, gives a little yeah. St. Peter's hit the front, 4-7, plays 4-4. So after those 2 early goals from Golden Grove in this quarter, St. Peter's have fought back and kicked the last 2 to hit the front.
Second goal for Johnny Reid on the day, 12.5 gone. Second quarter, filming footy Saturday afternoon, Div 1, Adelaide Footy League action. 2 other games will bring you the scores if we can at half-time of those, but you can flick over and catch those right now. This one, though, a contested battle, and the skills just getting a bit more cleaner going inside forward 50. Nice clearance, just going the way of SPOC now. McGill, the road runner. He'll chase after everything all day, every day. Great tackling effort from Nelligan over the top. Comes the way of Ty Bedford. Resume as long as your arm. Here's Nelligan again. He keeps on moving. He's got it inside forward 50. Nice kick. Lockie to Cesare all the way to goals. Maybe just leave it in the goal square. Johnny Reid. More body work needed. Perhaps the ball would have travelled over his head through for a 3rd goal in the row. But on the here in Kyle Ketzel scoreboard, SPOC have steadied and now take a 4-point lead. 4-8-32. Golden Grove 4-4-26. This one is an absolute cracker on a Saturday afternoon.
So Xanthopoulos is going to bring it back in. He's going to go over the back though. Should be coming straight back in as McGill chases it, but he's pursued well by Kane Horskins and takes him out of bounds in front of the St. Peter's bench. See Coach Mick O'Leary pacing up and down there. So throw in. Stuart Rattray gets a little tap straight to Golden Grove, and it looks like he's picked out a free kick. And it looks to be going to Michael Cavallaro, or is it Pittman? Pittman's going to take the free.
Loose man back for SPOC, just inside their defensive 50.
So ball goes over the back there. Teddy Newman gets a bad bounce. Edward Allens picks it up. Hurry kick.
He was the loose, sorry, Nathan.
No, that's correct. Who was that? Edward Allen?
Allen, yeah.
Yeah. And it went straight to him, so he went out to Higgins. Higgins back in the middle to Newman. Newman now back to Allen. He's had a good second quarter, Edward Allen. Always shanks that, but it works out all right. McKinnon gives it to Fergus Carruthers out wide. Good play here by St. Peter's to Cesare. He's going to get a little 25er here as well. So Lockie to Cesare. Some good play through the middle here, and St. Peter's just starting to get on top. And unnecessary sling after he marked that.
Yeah, it was definitely there, but Lockie got to pull Newman's own out and just spread a little bit of mayonnaise over the top of it.
Certainly did.
The 25 was definitely there on the Dartfish replay, though.
It's a healthy 25 as well, I think. He's put directly in front. Only about 15 metres out. So to Cesare for another one. 3 in a row for Saints. In he comes. He makes no mistake. So he's had a good quarter as well to Cesare. Both him and Edward Allen are having some good quarters. And St. Peter's now get a bit of breathing space. 5 goals, 8. Plays 4-4.
14.5 gone on the here in Hale Ketzel scoreboard, thanks to Dartfish and Filming Footy, our streaming sponsors on a Saturday afternoon. Also Archie's Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Classic Clashes, and Height 5 e-bikes. SPOC have done more than steady. They've pushed their nose in front after 2 early goals in this quarter for Verity and Shenton. It's been 3 in a row in 9 minutes for the boys in blue. Struggling to get a clearance out of the midfield. Still in that centre circle. SPOC win it again. Allen, he's playing loose around stoppage and making the most of it. Handball chain back inside Nelligan. Arguably being best on for SPOC. 1 grab, 2. And the grandstand go nuts. The Anzac round. And the courage to back into that one and take a strong contested mark. Fraser Bone, his first senior season, the ruck turned forward. The Mitchum Jr. This will be his first goal for the club. Tight angle though, tucked in that pocket.
Yeah, St. Peter's getting on top here. As I said, Nelligan's been busy. Bill Perrio's had a good quarter as well.
Fraser Bone approaches with purpose. Goal umpire doesn't move. He gives a yelp. And Bone sticks it through. And they get around him. First goal for the Spockos. And they are taking control of this Saturday afternoon blockbuster at Caterer Oval. It's back at the door of Luke Barmby now. SPOC have taken over 4 goals in a row from Michaels, Reid to Cesare. And now the Bonester. Fraser gets his name on the scoreboard. That's the Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard. 6-8-44, a 16-point lead. Golden Grove 4-4-28. Jack Moore and Nathan Woods here on Filming Footy.
Yeah, that's a beautiful kick. With that right to left breeze as well, he just hung it out there nicely. So back in the middle. What can Golden Grove do here? Robinson to Banwell. Handball out wide now. Golden Grove go forward. Pascoe's there. He couldn't take the mark. Good punch there by Tommy Rundle. And now St. Peter's have a chance through Stuart Rattray in the middle. He's going to go out wide. Switches it real wide. Randy McGill gave up on it. He said, I got no for getting that. And that's a last free kick. Last possession kick to Golden Grove as Glenn's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Charlie Allen.
Yeah, when you're already a little bit vertically challenged, a kick that goes about 20 feet in the sky, McGill just saved his legs there. Nothing against Ben McGill, of course. He's one of the best wingers in this competition.
So Robinson there gets the ball. Malachi Carruthers, he's played a good game. He gets slung out of bounds though by Jakey Pittman.
Good response by Golden Grove to win that clearance. Now lock it inside their forward half.
Yeah, their leaders just starting to step up here. So ruckman at it. Stuart Rattray gets the ruck this time. So Malachi Carruthers, he couldn't take it. Higgins, quick left foot forward. Ty Bedford does well, use the body cleverly there. He's going to go through the middle now. Look at the SPOC run from defence. Edward Allen out to Weeks. Bel Perrio's there as well, but he doesn't use him. He goes further afield to Johnny Reid on a long searching lead. Swings around back to Bel Perrio. Oh, he had a fumble. Picked up by Josh Hable. St. Peter's, they were looking dangerous going forward there. But just a little fumble by Bel Perrio. So throw in, Big Bone gets a nice tap to Malachi Carruthers. And it's going to be a free kick here. I think he just infringed. So Golden Grove. Kick goes forward. Shenton, he's behind. Punches. Nelligan's there. Quick little give to Weeks. Weeks down the outer side. Good kick. And a little shove in the back to Michaels there. So Simon just gave him a little nudge. So Nick Michaels, we saw him kick that good goal earlier in this quarter. Just going to go short. Missed the target. Now a little chiseler and a good mark. No, he wasn't paid the mark. Just got a hand to it. So, oh, is there being paid for a kick out of bounds here? It looks like it, maybe. And I think it's Fergus Carruthers that's got it.
Yeah, we'll check the Darfish replay. It looks like it might have been a last possession accidental handball or kick in the end. They had the loose man back. He arrived late for that contest. And off the boot of the Golden Grove defender. Rather accidental, but you got to pay it.
That's it. So Fergus Carruthers. Not going to be a goal into the goal square. A lot of players around the field. Top Bedford's there, working hard. Allen, what can he do?
Oh.
Don't tell me he's kicked that goal. Wow, Nick Michaels, he had no space to work with and a very tight angle, and somehow he's managed to swing it back around his body, and he's kicked his second for the quarter. And St. Peter's, they're on a bit of a roll here. They go out to 7-8-50. 22 points in front of Golden Grove, 4-4-28. And we've played approximately 20 minutes in this second quarter.
Time on ticked into, as you said, Nathan, second quarter, and SPOC have put the foot down. After 2 goals in a row in the opening 3 minutes of this second term to the Kookaburras, it's been all blue and white since then. And that goal from Michaels, he wasn't facing the goals at any time he had the footy, but he swung it over his shoulder and popped it through. Clear hold in the middle. Going the way of Pittman, advantage paid all the way to the back. Off hands, Belperio, can Golden Grove make them pay? Run out, sold a bit of a candy, handball back across his head. Didn't know who was there. It's going to cost him. Oh, not quite. That's coming up to meet it. It was Scott Bedford. SPOC were pinned in their defensive goal square for a split second, but Golden Grove brought no pressure. And speaking of no pressure, SPOC run it out. Eddie Allen, he's playing a lot of footy as a loose man in defence. Weeks spreads it towards the outer side, moving back into contest, trying to spin his way out of it. Carruthers couldn't get free and bit off a bit too much, then gave the umpire some verbal. So 25-metre penalty. This will give Golden Grove a chance to smash it inside forward 50. Generous 25s there today, Nathan.
Yeah, more like 35s.
There's been a couple of them today. Handball misses the mark. He's got to pick it up, otherwise it'll be last possession. Eventually gathered by Hable, and he just spirals it out of bounds. And Golden Grove, they're having themselves about a 20-minute patch here of some pretty poor footy. Been made to pay on the scoreboard. That's Kieran Hale-Ketsup scoreboard. They've turned it over from the inbounds though, and Golden Grove will smash into the middle of the ground. Chance to score here through Glenn.
So Josh Glenn gets it out to Shenton all on his own, but he's dropped what he should have taken. Belperio soccers off the ground. He's got some speed. McGill's there. He overruns it. Banwell there. He's looking for a high one, but didn't quite get it. So chance goes begging there. Shenton, you'd back him to mark that.
Almost gave himself whiplash there,
Yes.
Banwell. Tried to sell it, but it was nowhere near the shoulders.
So throw in here. It's ticked into time on. Golden Grove would love a late goal or two. Banwell, Pittman, over to Shenton. What can Shenton do? He's going to have a pop of goals. Looks good off the boot. That's a great kick by Shenton. It's taken something special, but Golden Grove get their fifth. So Shenton, 5 goals for, 34. Golden Grove, 2 for Shenton. Trail St. Peter's 7-8, 50, and that was all class from Shenton. He made up for his drop mark, took it upon himself, and then right in front of us, from about 45 out on the boundary, he's guided it through. Much needed goal for Golden Grove.
24 games at St Kilda in the AFL for Cam Shenton. Best and fairest Sandringham Zebras in 2016. Norwood Premiership player and leading goal kicker, number 12 in the rookie draft. He's a class act. Shenton gave about a millisecond look inboard and then decided to take it on. He's pushed himself on ball like he regularly does. But SPOC with the clearance. Carruthers with the clearance, but it's come the way of Golden Grove. A beautiful tackle by Xanthopoulos on the edge of 50. The SPOC look to push the pressure on and turn up the gas once again. Busting through contest, Nelligan. Arguably best on in this second quarter. Out of clearance, Reid was the target man, but George got honoured. He couldn't take the mark, and he's buffed his way into the turf. Mouthful of grass on the way up for Harvey George. Great tackle pressure inside forward 50. Trying to hang on here, Golden Grove. Beautiful tap. It comes the way of McKinnon. That's a tough and tight angle. All the way to the goal square. And a golden fist there through from Thatcher. Kills it for Golden Grove. On that Kieran Hale-Ketsup scoreboard. We've played 24 minutes and SPOC have a 17-point lead.
So Golden Grove to bring it back in. Out wide. And good punch from St. Peter's. The crowd like that. Stuart Rattray. So there'll be a throw in about 50 metres out from St. Peter's goal. Stuart Rattray taps it there. Scott Bedford picks it up. Shoot by Pittman, but got away from him. Bedford goes in long. Good punch by Duke. But crumbing it well was Michaels again. He's been elusive and dangerous up forward in this second quarter. But through for a minor score. Kick 10 behinds now. 7 goals 10. Plays 5-4. They have to pull us to bring it back in here. They did not want to concede another goal late here, Golden Grove. So a big long kick out wide. Flying from the back. Big mark by Pascoe. He's had to come up the ground to get a kick there. Excuse me. Puts it in front of Banwell. He takes a good mark. Turns around. Gives it to Cavallaro. Clever mark. Approaches 45. Ball's coming back. It's going to trickle through. Yes, it is. Cavallaro. Great goal. Something out of nothing. A big grab down the wing by Lockie Pascoe. Inboard to Banwell. Banwell, nice little kick out to Cavallaro, and he's just measured that nicely. Rolled on, and Golden Grove get a much-needed goal, but margin back to 2 goals. So good work by the Cookers.
All the way around the horn there. They did beautifully because Rundle had pushed himself back as a loose man, and they went around the wing into the pocket. And the finish measured to perfection from Cavallaro. And Cav brings them back. So 2 goals in a row now for the Cookers. After SPOC had piled on 5 of their own through 2 for Michaels, Reed, the Cesare and Bone. Clearance now coming inside forward 50 from Grove. But back there's the loose Rundle. Gets it this time. Uses the handball. Eddie Allen's had plenty of space. His own Paddock out there on the outer side. And in D50. Kick and a little bit too small to go up. Nelligan does his best work at ground level. Picks himself up. The ball's still in his vicinity. Moving it out towards the outer wing. Higgins, but picked off by Grove. Can they add 3 in a row? Shenson's involved. Chain of handballs. Hable always uses it beautifully. Looks towards the goal square. Glenn! Right place, right time! Just when you thought they were down and out, they picked themselves up off the canvas. And moving into half-time, it's game back on here at Caterham Oval. 5 in a row for SPOC, and now 4 in a row for the Cookers. And they're laughing once again. Here in Kale Ketzel's scoreboard, 7-4-46. They're only a goal down now on SPOC, 7-10-52.
Yeah, great little comeback here. Late in this second quarter for Golden Grove. Some of their big names standing up. Shenton, Glenn's push forward. Opportunist goal over the back. And Cavallaro, all with SNFL experience with Norwood. Pascoe as well with that big mark earlier in the quarter. So ball back in the middle. Wouldn't be too much to go in this second quarter. Stuart Rattray's tackled. Here you go, Golden Grove again. Pittman, been one of their best out wide. Gives Verity a good chance. Crumbed well there by Horskins. Nice kick on the lead. Couldn't take the mark. Was Glenn. Banwell's looking for a free. And the umpire says, I'm not going for that. That's Jack Ginnivan like, and that's not a free kick. So just went at the knees a little bit. And Jetty Banwell.
Great tackle technique from Ty Bedford, not to get into his head, not to give away the free kick there.
Spot on, Jack, as Bedford now goes out wide. A good mark taken by Xanthopoulos. So in the middle to Cavallaro. That's bounce. Play on. Here they go. Turnover. Charlie Allen kicks in the middle, but a great mark taken there. Golden Grove. Ball goes out to Payne. Long kick forward, over the back. Edward Allen's there. He's going to get tackled by Banwell. He's all over him this time. So Banwell hurt himself as well. So Edward Allen I think
he popped the head right into his opponent's, it was Allen's shoulder there. So He's almost knocked himself out, Banwell.
He's very groggy to get back on his feet. So Teddy Newman here. He's just going to go pump it down the line. They want it inside. Ty Bedford wanted it, but he goes long down the line. All over the back. Pittman now, he's got it. Called forward. Verity's in good position. Over the back though, in better position was Kane Blades. He takes a great, strong contested mark, and he'll have a shot now to make this all tied up in the twinkling of an eye as we approach half-time.
This will be his first goal of the season if he kicks truly, Blades. He's been a bit of a sneaky goal machine. 176 goals in 72 games. Played some reserves footy at Norwood, and most recently after a couple of seasons now at Golden Grove for Ardrossan. So he knows where the goals are, and with those boots, you want to be kicking pretty straight.
Very bright boots, so...
On the siren, Blades. Sharp. And straight. And we're all level exactly where we were when this Anzac round game started. Back level. 8-4, 52, 7-10, 52. Doesn't matter how you get there. It's all about putting the score on the board. And, wow, quarter of two halves, Nathan.
Yeah, it certainly was. St. Peter's really looked like they were going to run away with that and take a handy lead into half-time. But to Golden Grove's credit, as mentioned, a lot of their big senior players stood up and they've kicked the last 5 of the game to draw level.
An 11-goal quarter that quarter. It was bang, 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 bang. 2 in the opening 4 minutes for Golden Grove. You thought, oh, they're putting their foot down here and making their quality last. And then SPOC said, no, we'll kick 5 of our own. And then, as you said, 4 in a row at the end of that. 4 in 7 minutes for the Kookaburras through Shenton, Cavallaro, Glenn and Blades. Shenton has 2. Pascoe's got 2. It's the one bright spark in the back 6 for SPOC. They've kept Pascoe pretty quiet after his opening 2 goals of this game.
Yeah, certainly have. Johnny Reid's got a couple for St. Peter's. He looked dangerous in that quarter, and Nick Michaels kicked a couple of real opportunitist goals and spit it out. And so, yeah, what a great game of footy we're witnessing here. All tied up at half-time. We'll be back after this break with all the action in the second half. Oh, jeepers.
the others. I didn't check that. All tied up here at Caterer Oval. 7-10, 54, 8-6, 54. SPOC and Golden Grove. A second quarter, 11 goals in that second term. If we have 2 more quarters like that, we might be here till midnight. Div 1 footy, Jack Moore and Nathan Woods, thanks to our sponsors here on Filming Footy. Archie's Best on Ground and the $50 voucher for the Gully to be awarded to our Beat OG today. And our broadcast partners, Dartfish, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, High Five E-Bikes, custom by ORTC and Sports Interactive. On the Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard, it's all tied up and umpire Rob Kane gets us underway. Shenton picks up where he left off. Straight handball out of the middle. Hassled out of it, but running after it now Horskins. The Golden Grove Junior taken down over the footy. An umpire says, you know what? You dived on that, and Kane Horskins followed up beautifully. Legal tackle, and now to bomb it inside to about 20 out from goal. Lowers the eyes, sees a lead on. That was Banwell. He's picked himself up from that head knock in that second quarter. Pumping it down there as well. Shenton's always there or thereabouts. Big bombing ball inside from Pascoe. All the way to the goal line and through for a behind. Nathan Woods, some scores from around the grounds.
I haven't got them, sorry.
Oh, you had them?
No.
My mistake. I'll get them. You take care of this next passage of play.
Waiting for you, Joe.
Golden Grove poked their nose in front by a point.
Okay, so ball comes in, but straight to Lenny Pascoe. So Teddy Newman, he'd want that back again. And Pascoe, who started the game real well, a bit quieter in the second quarter, did take a telling mark out on the wing, which resulted in a Golden Grove goal, and that started their comeback in the second part of the second quarter. So Pascoe going for his third. This will be a great start again for Golden Grove. He gets under that. It's going to go right to the square. Has it got over? Oh, it's touched on the line. Looked like he might have just misjudged that. But in the end, a little tap on that from Tommy Rundle, one of the new recruits from West Adelaide, and through for a minor score. So Golden Grove doing the early attacking here. This time Newman says, I'm going to bang it out of there as far as I can. Over the back. Stuart Rattray couldn't quite take the mark. This is when Saints are dangerous. Running in numbers. Carruthers out wide. A beautiful kick to Johnny Reid. Could have been nearly chopping the arms or pushing the back, and the umpire says that's correct. Free kick to Johnny Reid. So
they've got a loose back in the hole here, Golden Grove.
So Reid gets around his man on the mark, has a bounce, approaches 50. Big drop punt at the back to Soto, but well done by Dodd. He killed that over the back, Connor Dodd.
Let's go around the grounds quickly. I've got the scores up for you now. Shock 35, Port 32. Third quarter, 10 minutes gone, and Rocks up against the reigning grand finalists, an undefeated team from last year at home. 49-35, just ticked off in the second half. Both those games available right now, right here on Filming Footy under the live tab. Click and watch, but then come back here because I'm pretty sure this game, high scoring, lots of contests, shots on goal, and Golden Grove with a 1 point lead as they bring it in from full back and bombing it towards the outer side. Opposite side of our commentary position, Xanthopoulos coming into. Haven't seen much of Simon since the first quarter. He started pretty well. And in there with the tackle, strong at ground level and picking himself up from the ground, McKinnon. And the umpire rewards Golden Grove after a strong tackle. Hayden Thatcher, the Gullies Junior, looks up. Nothing much on lateral. SPOC have closed the options, so he has to go wide, play the percentages, and coming up to meet it. Glenn, he's there everywhere, man. He's always there when you need him. But hassled out by McGill on the outer side. And a bit of body work. As they man up once again, umpire's going to throw it in here in Hale-Ketzel scoreboard as Golden Grove up by that solitary point.
So throw in, outer side, tap down, go straight to Golden Grove. Looks like it's going to ping him, is he? He has. So Cavallaro pinged holding the ball.
No attempt in the tackle, the umpire judge there. Going to make a reasonable attempt.
So Carruthers now. Fergus this time. Out wide. Johnny Reid on the lead. got one bite of the cherry, couldn't quite take the mark in a big pack. And ball out of bounds. Forward pocket for St. Peter's. Played 4.5 minutes. Golden Grove with the slender 1 point margin. They kicked 6 straight, I think it was, in that last quarter. The ball's pinging around. Xanthopoulos out wide. Hable. Oh, big push. Is he going to pay it? Yes, he is. It was there, I think.
Yeah, the ball wasn't within 5 metres, and the hands are pretty much on the numbers there. You called it beautifully, Nath.
So, Charlie Allen, I think it is here. Yes, Charlie Allen.
So, Golden Grove have just pushed their wingman in Dodd down to help the back 6.
Sure, kick intercepted here by McKelvey. Comes out wide to Xanthopoulos. Golden Grove, some good kicks through the middle. Glenn, they've got 3 streaming down here. One Shenton. He's going to ping it over the back. Pascoe's there. Oh, great effort to spoil. Excellent effort back there by Rundle. Golden Grove had 3 out there.
I was going to say the crowd go up as one. They appreciate that because that was a walk-in goal.
Yes, Shenton, he could have gone shorter but elected to go to Pascoe. And kick was probably just a little bit to his right, and that allowed Rundle to come across in a diving spoil. So dangerous position now for Golden Grove. Kick out towards Simon. Well done by Nelligan. On the left foot. Puts it out in front of McGill and says go and chase it, but running across was Hillcoat. McGill's there, he goes again. Coming across, Scott Bedford to lend a hand. And now it's going to be a high tackle pay. He had his head down and the contact across the head there. So it'll be Connor Hillcoat out of wing. Tense start to this third quarter. No goals yet. Out wide Pascoe, he couldn't take the mark. Golden Grove player, front and centre. Looks like Horskins was wrapped up straight away there. So there'll be a ball up. Or throw up. Out of side. Forward 50 for Golden Grove. Cavararo looks through the shepherding. Pittman to Shenton. He runs the ball out of bounds. And another throw in.
The GPS clocked into the boundary and took it out. Professionally did Cam Shenton. Out of side of Caterer Oval. It's a tight tussle, a tight affair. Nath called it beautifully. Really anyone's game in this third quarter. Looking for a bit of cream to rise to the top. Shenton's one of those who has all the ingredients. Ducks, dives, turns it back inside. The ball was dead. Not for Shenton's liking. It's a high up and under. Mark that if you can. They all jump and they'll try it. Fist didn't go anywhere. Carruthers tried to clear it and ball lost in the tackle. Dropping it straight away. Umpire Tony Simons, one of the best in the business. Straight onto that. Over 30 years of umpiring experience from Tony Simons. Rob Kane, the other man in pink. Over 15 years of umpiring talent from Rob Kane. Inset mark taken by McKelvey. And then a bit of afters. And they still want to go on with it. Careful not to give away 50 here, Johnny Reid. McKelvey plays on straight away. Sees none mark. Goal square. Tries to get it back over the back. Pascoe did the early work and spot clear. And they could be out. Stuart Rattray has the bounce. Bedford was taken care of. Umpire said play on. And they do so. Now coming up off half forward to help out. Strong tackle Lamb Simon. But he was a little bit too aggressive. Got straight in the back of Nelligan. He's lifted around the footy in this third quarter as SPOC push it forward out of wing. McGill, the road runner. He'll run all day. Sold a bit of candy. Johnny Reid wants it over the top. He's calling for it. Has the mismatch. Had the blinders on and goes inside. Short kicks. Scotty Bedford, the lead-up player, the former South Adelaide League player. His cousin Ty in this team. He's come across to join the relative. He'll line up 45-degree angle, about 45 out for the first goal of this third quarter. It's been a tough, tight quarter so far. Scotty Bedford Riveroos in the central Kimberley. Played some footy for West Kimberley, South Headland and Broome Towns. Yet to get a goal in blue and white. And that record will stay because Reid comes across. Ball faded towards the near pocket. Needed to be clean with that. Second grab. Grove players don't like the call. But he was first to the footy, head over it. Should have taken it first time, Lockie Cesare, but he got bailed out from the umpire. Probably a lucky call, but technically it was there.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky ones where he did go down a little bit, drop at the knees, but it was high contact, so you see him get paid, you see him don't. 50-50, but this time it's gone the way of Cesare, so Pittman wasn't happy.
Solid approach. He loved it off the boot. Goal umpire wasn't coming to the party. Just faded late. So another behind. We're yet to open our goal account in this third quarter. Scores level. And that's going to be a turnover from the kick-in. Jesse McKinnon. Ball was overcooked by about a metre. And McKinnon, right place, right time. Stuck up the jukes. And this would be another player in blue and white to open his goal account. To kick truly from pretty much directly in front. Breeze just blowing across left to right. Needs to start at that left goal post. McKinnon just fades it across. Didn't account for that aforementioned breeze. So a couple of behinds and Golden Grove need to be a little bit more careful on this defensive kick-in. On the here and Hale Ketzel scoreboard. They've gone from a point down to a point up in the space of 25 seconds. The Spockos. And they lead 55-54. 11 minutes gone. 11 goals in that second quarter, Nate. Yet to have one in this third.
Yeah, just the 5 points so far. 3 to St. Peter's, 2 to Golden Grove. So no one wanting to take this game by the scruff of its neck. So Hable's going to bring it back in this time. Can he find a play? He can. Oh, no, he can't. Looked like Simon was in the box seat, but chipping across was Benny McGill. Short little kick. Finds Allen. Oh, gets a little shove. So this is tight angle though. Fair way out as well for Charlie Allen. It'll take a very good effort. Just inside 50 and on the boundary line. So can Allen do something special here? In he comes. Strikes it pretty well. But a bit of right to left. And through for another minor score. So 3 points in a row here for St. Peter's. They're peppering. Golden Grove finding it really hard to get the ball out of their defensive 50. This time, is he going to go to Duke? Yes, Glenn said, I'll take the duties this time and gives it to Sammy Duke. Duke. Nice little kick, measured well. Finds McKelvey. Still got a lot on, so he's going to switch. He's got a couple of players on here. One of them is Thatcher. He goes out wide. Makes Simon have to earn it and work for it. Back to Thatcher. They're going nowhere at the moment. Good pressure from Michaels and Cesare. Simon now. Short little kick. Nice measured kick to Glenn. Now Glenn's got player out loose. McKelvey. He runs onto it. Chiseling ball. Makes it hard, but a good take. Running through was Dodd. Oh. Flies through onto the left foot. Pumps it in forward. Pascoe being held. 3 of them there for St. Peter's though. Do a good job. Hurried kick forward, so it's going to come back towards big pack of players. Bedford stays down low. Gives it to Nelligan. Handball to Edward Allen. Allen slams it on the boot. Can he go over the back? McKinnon. Good mark. Running pass. Good play to Cesare. Bit too hot though. He had someone on him. Reed's there. Duke trails. And takes it over the boundary. So, bit of pinging up and down the ground here, but no goals being scored.
Boundary throwing about 30 around from SPOC goal. Still chasing the first goal of this third quarter. 11 goals in the second term. And we've played near on half this quarter. And we're yet to make the goal umpire go to work. Can Bedford do it now? Get out of my way! On to Michaels! Claims! But goals! Deadlock broken, third quarter. And it's the way of the Spockos. Michaels, 3 of the best on the day. And a bit of a gap on that scoreboard. The hidden Hail Quetzal, the lemon vodka soda. These boys will need a couple of those responsibly, of course, after this game. Scoreboard 8-14, 62, 8-6, 54. An 8-point lead. Saturday afternoon footy here on Filming Footy. And this is bubbling to a boil, Nate.
Yeah, there's a bit of heat out there at the moment as well. And good little goal assist. Scotty Bedford over the top. And when you knew Michaels was running onto it, every chance it was going through. So in the ruck now, Bone it is against Robinson. It's going to be a secondary stoppage. Finally, St. Peter's, after 4 consecutive behinds, get one on the board. Now Bedford. Carruthers, he's been good all day. Out wide, McGill, he's had a good game as well. Running forward, he's pushed after he kicked it. Is it going to be in the back? Yeah, not down ground. Kicked in the motion. Pushed in the back during the motion of kicking. So McGill, the speedster, has been good out there on the wing. Pretty congested forward line. Nelligan offers a lead, that's ignored. Scott Bedford. She's going to pump it in long to the hot spot. Going to be a few flyers. Reed's up there. Michael's looking to Crumb. Reed taps it cleverly to George. George fumbles. Reed has an airy. Comes back, gives a handball out. Well done, well read, Shenton. Good play. Intercepted and clears, but it's going to go out of bounds and it's going to come straight back in through Benny McGill.
A few moments worthy of the Benny Hill music there for SPOC. They were just clanged, but credit to Golden Grove, the defence, the clamps, the jaws, just forced them out of stoppage and they couldn't get a clear shot on goal. So they're pushed back after the last possession to half back. And now they switch things up. Tommy Rundle, he played some footy up at Surfers Paradise. It'd be a nice home ground, I dare say.
Certainly would be. Beautiful.
And some league footy at Westies as well. So Rundle all the way down to not quite the wing, not quite the middle of the ground. Shenton tries to claim it. Scotty Bedford did well to worry him out of it. And that's going to be holding the ball. He took on one and then bounced into a second. And beautifully claimed. I think Cavallaro might want it.
Oh.
He wants to go on with it, says McKelvey. But Shenton's got to pick himself up and stand the mark. And Spock bomb it back inside forward 50.
To Cesare. Been good in the second and third quarters. Reed, good tap by Duke. Bedford looking for a free. Pittman's on it. And Nelligan wraps him up. Right in front of us here. This game on a knife's edge here. It's been a tight third quarter. 8-14 plays 8-6. Nelligan, good hands out to Bedford. Bedford goes back further. Big long kick by DeSoto, and that's going out of bounds on the full. There's a bit on here. There's a bit happening here. We've got Mitchell Payne involved.
It's going to be a Golden Grove kick near the behind post, but just watching a skirmish, the umpire's right there.
And DeSoto rips him off the ball here. So let's get back to the action here. Allen and McKinnon are at it. Shenton comes in hard. He's carrying 3. St. Peter's on his back there. And this game's really heating up here, Jack.
Seems like the two coaches at halftime probably weren't happy with how open the game was in that second quarter, and it's closed right up to be a contested scrap in this third term.
So Allen now pumps it in long, 1-on-1, Reed and Duke. No one could take the mark, ball comes to ground. Well, it's anyone's ball there, but in the end, a clever little soccer from Thatcher through for a minor score. So 8-15 now. 9 points up, St. Peter's, and they all are points. Over to you, Jack.
And you'd usually say they've wasted a few opportunities, and first quarter that was correct, but lots of rushed points in that 15 behinds. Either team worthy of the 2 points, but only one can grab the win.
Oh, it's hot in there at the moment.
Getting out of there is like trying to get through the jungle at night time without a torch. Got warriors and animals just jumping at your left, right and centre. Speaking of jumping, in that forward 50, Jimmy Higgins, he came out. It was punched away from his grasp.
It's a bit of a golden fist from Thatcher there, wasn't it?
Send that one into the bounce. We've had a couple of those today. Duke's been great at full back for Golden Grove. McKelvey pumps it up. His opposite number 17, George, runs after it. Tackle to ground level. The home fans want ball. Umpire not coming to that party. Hable kicks it to a wide open forward 50. First there and only there is Belperio in the blue. And a hurried clearing kick, but it's accurate. And it finds the chest of a teammate. Right down there in front of the two benches on this near side wing. Both coaches out of their bench. Few open numbers in the middle, not game enough to pump that in there. So plays it down the wing. Few chases. Got caught high. Umpire was blindsided. Now he picks it up. Late whistle, but it was clearly there on the Dartfish replay. And he went on with it. Umpires, you just feel, Nathan, just trying to make sure this one doesn't devolve into a Div 7 affair.
Yes, that's it.
Taking control. And short kick from Cavallaro. Here's Horskins. Wide entry. Early push. Body work was beautiful, but he couldn't get back and take the mark. McGill on the outer side. Handball finds Eddie Allen. They spread and they bring it inside forward 50 in the next couple of moments. Here it comes, waiting at ground level all by himself. Takes the mark, plays on. Goal face empty. Golden Grove pushed up, had Reed over the top, but he went for home. And pounded it through the big sticks. Classic SPOC footy. And he's putting himself to the front of the queue for the Archies and best on ground. Beautiful effort from McKinnon. And SPOC just pushed their noses in front. Michaels on the end of it. And one of the goals of the day, if you take into consideration, they had the free kick against them on this near side wing. Bounced it all the way through the middle of the ground. McKinnon on over the top. It was a beautiful goal. And SPOC put a bit of distance between themselves and Golden Grove. Michael was a great finish. And the margin now 15 points.
Back in the middle now. SPOC just seemed to have a bit more run in their legs at the moment. That was just one end to the other, coast to coast. And Michaels was loose earlier as well, and no one seemed to go near him for a while there. And
fourth goal today.
And he's got 4, yes. So, Saints again, they're looking a bit dangerous here. De Cesare has a fumble. Bedford done some good things. He's caught a tie. Bedford, Michaels being held. It's Scotty Bedford, what a pickup. He's going to flick it over. Goes for goal. Touch play on. Through to a point. I thought he could have drawn a player and gone over the top. But he decided to go for home. And wasted opportunity there for St. Peter's. 9 goals, 16. So, back in there, they've been having trouble getting it out of their defensive 50.
Just a bit of a sample of what Scott Bedford brings to this competition this season, though.
Yeah, that was skillful, classy. And Ty's lifted as well, his cousin. Goes into Michaels. He's tackled hard there by Swart, sorry. De Cesare, he's been hard in there this quarter as well. And Xanthopoulos gets up off the ground.
Just hanging on here, Golden Grove.
Yeah. It's very similar to the third quarter where Saints looked like they'd run away with it. So can Golden Grove respond? Quick kick by Hable. Fergus Carruthers couldn't take the mark. Charlie Allen. Good smother there, but picked up by McKinnon now. He goes forward. Dodd's all alone though, centering ball, but straight to Golden Grove and they're off to Banwell. It's a good spoil though at the back. Belperio, he's come forward. He's going one way or the other. Banwell corrals. Malachi Carruthers gets wrapped up in a strong tackle. Now Simon. It's a 1-2. Through the middle. But the kick's over the top. Fergus Carruthers leads in the race. The ball doesn't sit for him. Picked up by Pascoe. He's going in the middle of the ground. Says, I'll come and grab it. Gives it out to Mitchell Payne, who we saw in a scuffle earlier. He's been a bit frustrated. Oh, Verity's fumbled it. And now DeSoto. He's going to pump Saints back into attack. George. Good spoil by Duke. He's done that all day today. Sammy Duke, he's been good. And eventually, is there going to be a ball up? Umpire circling, he's letting it go. Nelligan finally, and now he's called a throw in the end. So
I didn't mind that initially from the umpire. The ball wasn't really pinned to any of the occasions. And Golden Grove were having a go at him initially when the whistle went. They didn't realise it was their free kick. They'll be happy with it now. Awaiting that three-quarter time siren. Still time for a goal for either team. Uncontested marks straight through the hands of Robinson. The kick out of defence came from Duke, and here's Banner on the blue boots. 1-on-1 contest. Whistle goes. Hold. Advantage. They're off to the races here in Glen. Pumping it towards nobody in particular. A 1-on-1. Another golden fist down there from Rundle, but it bounces the way of the Cookers. And they're laughing again. First goal of the third quarter comes at the 25-minute mark. And SPOC's costly misses in front of goal means for all their domination, the lead on the Kirin Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard is only 10 points.
Yeah, real important goal for Golden Grove there. Lockie Pascoe got his third. Started the game really well. But an opportunist goal there. It's good when the ball goes to ground as well, Pascoe. Came up the ground and did some good work during a piece of play before as well. So here they go again out of the middle. They're responding. Dodd, 1-2. Back to Hable. He's been pretty good today, Hable. Good mark back there. Is it to Cesare? Not paid the mark. Ty Bedford's had a good quarter. Ball in dispute. Diving on it and getting one in the back. Was St. Peter's. Could be the captain. No, it's Nelligan. So Henry Nelligan's had a solid game. Short little kick to Ty Bedford. He's had a real good quarter. Just holding it up here now, St. Peter's. They don't want to do what they did in the second quarter and leak late goals when they've got a bit of a buffer. So Bedford just keeps it in to Stuart Rattray. See a few onlookers enjoying the sun out there. Little Lesky. Beautiful day here at St. Peter's. Ball in forward, Bones there. Bit of pushing and shoving. And the umpire's seen it. So free kick to Golden Grove. There's a bit of tension out there. It's going to go across the face here. And Aidan Thatcher. Nice kick to Shenton. So Shenton just slowing it up a little bit.
27 gone now. How daring do they want to be?
Yeah, they would love one back, another one back late, but they'd hate to concede one. So a bit of a 50 each way at the moment. Just keeping possession. Simon, he's had a better quarter. Started well. Quiet in the second and playing well this quarter. Goes long down the line. Big pack.
Oh.
And Pascoe wrapped up in a tackle.
Couple of half spoils from SPOC, just not meeting the mark. Last one cost a goal. This one, obviously, about 100 metres from the goal face. Three-quarter time siren, and that second quarter of 11 goals gave way to a tight, contested affair. Only 3 between them in that third term. 2 for Michaels. He's got 4 on the day. Johnny Reid's got a couple. Higgins, De Cesare, and Bone with the others for SPOC. Pascoe added his third. He's been pretty anonymous since the first quarter, but he popped back up at the right time to close that gap on the here in Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard to 10 points at three-quarter time. Glenn's got 1, Cavallaro, Blades with the others, and Shenton with a couple. Verity with the opening goal of that second quarter. But at three-quarter time, we are all set up for an epic here on Div 1 Adelaide Footy League Saturday afternoon footy. It's the Kookaburras trailing the Spockos by 10 points. Fourth quarter next.
So umpire holds the ball aloft here. Start of the fourth quarter. Saints by 10 points.
No, maybe not.
First goal important here. The ball spills out, Banwell's there. DeSoto, picked up by Bel Perio. He's been solid in defence. Comes out wide to McGill. Makes him work. Didn't quite reach him. So chance here now. McGill back. Picks the ball up, McKinnon. Slings it on to Bedford. Good hands. Oh, he's going to be paid maybe the push in the back, but umpire maybe has paid the mark because he hasn't allowed the advantage. So it's going to come back here to Scotty Bedford. So a good mark there. Can he find a target? Reed offers a lead, but he goes out wide. It looks good. Has he marked it? No, he just he's hurt his shoulder, I think, Johnny Reed there as well. He just landed awkwardly, and he's not in a bit of pain. So back to the footy. Allen, skipper on the left to the hot spot. Michael's there, the dangerous Michael's. Good fist, though. I'm not sure it was. Number 9 it was, sorry. Good fist there by Hillcoat. So out Banwell, the speedster. Goes one way, then the other. Comes back in board now to Mitch Payne. Good run here from Golden Grove over the back. Pascoe, but he didn't get there. St. Peter's picked the ball up and
Johnny Reed's coming
Reed's
off
in trouble,
the field
yeah.
here. Yeah, he's got a stinger on that right shoulder. Tried to walk away from the trainers. They recommended he come off, and he has done. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, that could be important. So back here to the action. Charlie Allen pumps it into the middle. He's had his name written all over that, though, Thatcher.
Mark of the day contender
Yeah,
there.
drifted across beautifully.
Very important mark.
So out wide, Verity on the lead. It's a beautiful kick as well. Did not have to break stride. And Golden Grove have come out, started this first minute or two of this fourth quarter on fire.
They've kept him pretty quiet. Kicked the first goal of that second quarter onslaught for the Cookers. Since then, he's been kept on a pretty tight leash in that forward 50, but a chance for him to just pop his head up again.
So in comes Verity. It'll be big for Golden Grove. Can they get the first? It's coming back. It's going right to the goal square. And punch through for a minor score. So we saw a Silla in the reserves, and I think we've got another one coming here, Jack. 1 point the margin was in the reserves. 9-5 to 9-4. Golden Grove got over the line there. And this one, 9 goals apiece. But SPOC obviously with the 16 behinds to the 7. Lead by 9 points. So Teddy Newman brings it back in.
SPOC pushed the Premiers last round by 3 points going down. They don't want to start zipping 2 with all their recruits. And Golden Grove beat a Div 1 top 5 quality side in Salisbury North after all their recruitment in the off-season, who have come up from Div 2, and they're putting on an absolute display this afternoon at Caterer. This is Div 1 footy. It's what you want to watch. Great tackling technique on Bedford. He tried to draw the high tackle, but the arm just wrapped around the torso in the end. He did beautifully there. McKelvey chasing after a Banwell at ground level. Just digging through the ground like an earthworm. Glenn claimed from behind. Didn't have the blinkers on. Didn't know he was under pressure. Tackle of the day from De Cesare, because Glenn was going to waltz into an open goal from about 40. SPOC calmed the nerves. Newman about 20 metres away from the back pocket. Decides to switch. This kick's got to be good. Just saw that Verity had pushed a few metres further down the ground, so he couldn't get back on Belperio. Takes a bounce, speeds away. Waiting for it, Malachi Carruthers. Takes on the tackle, De Cesare. Outer wing now, DeSoto. Haven't called his name too much. Spinning its way into forward 50 now. 20 out from goal. SPOC needs some clear hands. Running after it, taken down. Middle of the forward 50 arc is Bone. And the umpire will steam in as Michaels picks himself up from the bottom of that pack. He's been the forward of the day, Michaels. 4 goals in the contest. Punched out of the ruck. Chasing after it. Couldn't pick it up at ground level. Bedford. Now to his cousin Ty. Oh, he puts the dirty dancing shoes on from 40. Full short, coming into meet at Nelligan ground level. It's in the goal square and they're fighting after it. It's a hot footy in front of goal. Can anyone get there? Nelligan can! Bends it too far across. The flag was up behind the goals. The home fans thought they had a Nelligan special, but the umpire only needed one flag on the Kieran Hale-Ketzel scoreboard. 5.5 gone. SPOC lead by 9 points.
So Glenn with the kicking out duties. Ball's in Simon's hands now. Kicks it back to the middle. Gave Belpario a good chance. He gave a good little handball out to Edward Allen. Going back with the flight. A good mark taken by Mitchell McKelvey. Now the running Glenn. Trying to woo his side over the line. Good kick, Banwell. Good hands. The speedster. Turns around. Pascoe from behind. But the ball doesn't go there. Weeks picks it up. Gives it to Allen. He's going to just settle it down. Back to Weeks. Umpire said not 15. Play on. Tom Rundle.
So Golden Grove, they've just closed up the corridor here, so they're going to try to force them wide.
We saw St. Peter's do that well was in the third quarter. Allen, Charlie, to the ruckman, Stuart Rattray. They're just chipping it around. Oh, risky kick. Nelligan, though, taking high, so he'll get a free kick.
Near on best on ground, this man.
Yeah, Nelligan has had a very good game. He's just going to short little kick to another player that's had plenty of the ball, Malachi Carruthers.
Yeah, they're taking about 2 minutes off the clock here. It's way too early, of course, but just these short kicks, really solid, smart football. We're not blazing away, just taking an extra 30 seconds at a time off the clock. It's really intelligent footy.
So Allen, another short one. That was a bit too short. Cool play on, but still, end result is good. Charlie Allen now. He's going to another short kick, so they've worked it well. Malachi Carruthers has got it. A good kick back to Nelligan. They're waxing a bit, the boys here. Now, Teddy Newman on the lead. Oh, just couldn't quite take the mark there. Was the Cesare. He goes in again. Slams it on the boot somehow. Goes forward, but good mark back there. I think it might have been Thatcher. Out wide. Good lead. Good hit, Blades. He's got Hable on. It's been a good play for him today, Hable. Over the back now. Robinson, the ruckman, but he goes past him and in front of Pascoe and chipping across Allen, who's having a good little period here. Edward Allen, he's had a good second half also. Nelligan, just slowing it up. Got beautiful skills, Nelligan. Back to Weeks now, so just playing possession footy here. Rundle. Golden Grove have just got to tighten up here and try and prevent them from just chipping it around. Carruthers is enjoying racking him up at the moment. Scotty Bedford's got it now. Carruthers runs past him. Now can they break the line? His kick smothered. Ended up with Fergus Carruthers though. Out to De Soto. He goes wide. A good kick. Michael's on the lead. He's been paid the mark. It's a similar one to Johnny Reid there. Stuart Rattray, in fact, sorry. So the big ruckman is going to have a ping from about 45 metres out. So important shot at goal.
Won the most improved last season at SPOC, so he's coming off a breakout campaign.
So Stuart Rattray, this would be huge. Leans back, gets to the square and fisted through by Golden Grove. So 17 behinds now, 18. So 9-18 plays 9-7. 11 points the margin, and we're played 9.5 minutes.
18 behind. Is it going to come back to bite for the boys in blue? Next 20 minutes, we'll find out. Don't move a muscle. Shepherd at it. Out of the marking contest. Umpire says play on. McGill always there when you need him. Bounces off the pack and delivers a nice bending effort. Nelligan's had a share and all to himself in this fourth quarter. The work rate of the man. Looks for a short option. Nothing presents. So now goes towards the pocket. Worst options out of bounds. Roving beautifully! For a split second, Malachi Carruthers thought he had the winning goal there. Div 1 Team of the Year last year for Malachi. Here in Kayokatsu scoreboard. Handy point. 9-19, 73, 9-7, 61. Last possession, Nath, you saw it beautifully.
Yeah, it was even a deliberate. It looked deliberate. I don't often pay him, but McKelvey just turned around and handled it straight over the boundary line. So call it what you want. Deliberate. Last touch. So Bedford on the lead, coming across though and taking a good mark was Glenn.
11 minutes gone, fourth quarter here.
In fact, sure who that player was. Couldn't quite pick it up, but now McKelvey's got it because I know those blue boots.
Looks like both teams are just allowing these short kicks. It's going to be whoever takes it on.
Good kick to Banwell in the middle. Forward 3-on-2. Allen's there. Flicks it over and they've done well here. They've just had an extra at times. Back here, Rundle. Teddy Newman. Nice little Chislett and Nelligan. He's everywhere. So Nelligan racking him up. Just waiting for something.
And that kick from Newman was just perfectly measured. Doesn't look like much, but it just forces Golden Grove to push their zone back an extra 5 metres and allows these extra little short kicks here.
So Malachi Carruthers to Bill Perio. He's going to switch it out wide like they have a lot. Both these sides have switched the ball well. Edward Allen. He's been really good in this second half. So has Benny McGill. Chips it over. Scotty Bedford gets a bad bounce. Done some handy things in the second half. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Weeks jumps on top.
And the way Golden Grove are playing in this fourth quarter, they're just waiting for SPOC to make a mistake with their foot skills. They haven't looked like they're going to make one.
Yeah, spot on, Jack. They've let them just kick it around and just waiting for that error, but got some good ball users, St. Peter. So ball comes in the middle. Dodd picks it up. Good tackle. Banwell there. Umpire says, I'll have that. And
they weren't holding the ball. It was pretty good umpiring, I thought.
Yeah.
Got the ball, tackled immediately, and got loose in the tackle motion. Play on.
Umpires have done a good job today. As they always do, Jack, don't they, the umpires? Very good. The ball comes out wide. Forward, Johnny Reid with that big leap of his. De Cesare always had another little fumble. Couldn't quite pick it up, but we know we'll go back in hard, and he does. Wrapped up in a tackle. Ty Bedford slams it on the boot from 50. Waiting at the front. Michael's that dangerous, man. Yeah, he's kicked a point. The crowd behind tried to convince the ump. Michaels was yelling.
Had the goal umpire scrambling, didn't he?
That was for 5 for Nicky Michaels.
Andy point.
Andy points at 13 now, the margin.
Indeed, 9-20, 74, 9-7, 61 on the Kieran Hale Kettle scoreboard.
Out wide.
Out of side, there's Bedford. A goal here would make it very tough for the Cookers. They're prowling, they're searching, the boys in blue, but they can't find a kick. Michaels had the chance minutes ago. Golden Grove just can't get their hands on the ball for more than a few seconds. This will help. Verity's pushed up all the way to half-back to get his hands dirty. His ball use is usually perfection. It is to Pittman. And now Blades. And they've got the overlap. They've cut them off at the 45. And the kick up and under. It's not what was needed. Low dart required. Up and under. He put it on Pascoe's head. And Lockie Pascoe is shaking his head.
Lenny wanted that out in front of him, didn't he? But
he's worked super hard all day. And that was an easy hit up.
Yeah, just,
ball will be thrown back in though, Nathan.
Yeah, just wasted opportunity there. Ball back in front of us, throw in. Thatcher and Stewart Rattray. Here's Allen. Going in hard and giving away a free kick was Payne. So he's been a bit frustrated, Payne. Charlie Allen will take the free kick.
Great umpiring and communication from Tony Simons. Just explained it beautifully. Free kick was 50-50. But he protected the player who made the ball his intention. So
down
the wing. Golden Grove need a couple of handballs, couple of kicks, but McGill hasn't got an off switch, that man. Just keeps going like the Energizer Bunny. Bedford, they wanted a free kick there. It swung out in the tackle, and Golden Grove down the Staples, cutting a line. Banwell needed to make the ball his objective. He just took a couple of half steps, and now it's back in the hands of Blue. McGill, action replay, down the near wing, all by himself. Good to see Johnny Reed's recovered. And Harvey George leads up and takes the mark. And pumps it all the way down there inside to the pack, just over the head of Reed. Mentioned he recovered, and he was the one leading out for that kick minutes ago. They took the option in George instead. Went off the ground with a shoulder complaint earlier this quarter, but Reed's back inside forward 50. Boundary umpire will throw it in. SPOC, you feel, a goal away from the points here.
Yeah, 9-20, leading by 13 points. 9-7, so a lot of players around the ball here. Picked up well, Scotty Bedford, but the handball smothered. Cavallaro out to Pittman. A good first half, Pittman. Handball from Bone. Out wide of McGill, working hard still. And ball out in front. He's paid deliberate or last touch. So
yeah, last possession, handball.
Possession, yeah. Ball comes back in. Verity flies over the back. He's got it now. Quick handball to Cavallaro. So can Golden Grove do anything? It's all St. Peter's here. Pasco against 3. Well done, Allen. Falls over though, so his handball goes astray. They need Banwell to do something. He's quick. And now he's been...
Golden Grove are going to hate that.
Right in front of them, yeah.
The tackle just needed to be legal, and he was absolutely gone for holding the ball. Just over his shoulder, umpire in perfect position.
Yeah, they're standing tall as well, this defence at the moment for St. Peter's as McKinnon. It's the kick from Charlie Allen, so Jesse McKinnon.
And the actual tackle itself was great. It was the flyby who got him high.
Correct, the second one in across. So the ball's in the forward line. Cavallaro's kick smothered. Pings out here. Golden Grove have got some numbers. Can they pick it up? Tap on does well to Glenn. Now they've got some run going. Out wide, Shenton's got it. He can go over to Hable, come inside to McKelvey. McKelvey takes the mark. Hable's still running for him. He kicks, takes the mark, approaches 20 metres, 15 metres and kicks a goal. Coast to coast. They're not out of it yet, Golden Grove. Great ball movement on the outer side. And some good kicking leads to a goal. Hable been one of their best. And a great finish in the end. And Golden Grove, they get their 10th. They've got more goals on the board, but Saints have got 13 more points, so still 7 points the margin, 18 minutes gone. There's been a lot of goals scored, so you wouldn't think it's going to be a long quarter, so they're back in it.
That's on the Kieran Hale Ketzel scoreboards. These boys will be earning themselves a lemon vodka soda, Kieran Hayaketsu, after this one, responsibly, of course. Taken out of the midfield. They just waited this entire quarter for SPOC to tire, and they're showing a few signs of it now. Can Golden Grove roll over the top? Still 2 straight kicks away from the points. SPOC have shown they're a much improved side to last year's team that survived in Div 1 by 1 win. They were overrun in round 1 after leading up the reigning premiers to fall by 3 points. Tight tussle again, clearing it out of the outer wing. Malachi Carruthers finds Lucas DeSoto, his first season. And all the way home, almost. This one might just give them the lead back that they crave. It's been the man of the hour. Inside forward 50, Nicky Michaels came into this one with just under a goal a game to his name. If he pops this through, he'll have a bag of 5. SPOC fans on the edge of their seats. Nicky Michaels, you'll hear the roar. And complete silence at Caterer as he pops out of bounds on the full. A SPOC tiring in the home stretch. It's the final lap. And Golden Grove have got a little bit more DRS to use. Coming out of the back pocket Can they poke their nose in front? 2 goals to do so. Almost time on. 20 minutes gone. And SPOC lead by 7.
Pascoe flies. Kick from Xanthopoulos. McKelvey, good quick hands. Here they come, but in front, Belperio does well. Numbers for Golden Grove, though. They're out over the back here. Kick forward. Habel's there. Oh, he's got infringed. Umpire hasn't paid it. Golden Grove fans not happy. 3-on-3 back there. Big handball over the top to Weeks. Weeks now. Steadies. Goes out wide. And finds Stuart Rattray. Golden Grove fans up in arms. They thought that Habel was infringed there. Going back with the flight.
Certainly looked like the defender there, who was that 13 for SPOC, Allen, just took his eyes off the ball and made contact with the leading player. I hate to bag the umpire. It looked like it could have been a free kick.
Malachi Carruthers goes in forward. Oh, good use of the body and a good mark taken back there by Aidan Thatcher. He goes out wide to Glenn. So, not too many more chances. Golden Grove need one soon. Out wide here. They got some loose players. Banwell's out on his own. And he's going to take the mark. He wants to get moving. McGill stands the mark. Pascoe's on the lead now.
21 minutes gone. Sorry, Nathan.
Thank you, Jack. Banwell gets around him. Jed Banwell. He's going to go now to Habel. Habel slams it on the boot over the back blades. He couldn't take the mark. Belperio's there. He looks tired. Allen's there. Nice little kick to Nelligan. Nelligan drops it. Goes back and gets it. Scotty Bedford puts the Jets on down the line, and he's kicking it very close to the boundary line. And I think that's out of bounds on the full. Just.
They're just running out of legs. Can Golden Grove run over the top? 3-on-1. It's going to be a Pascoe special to mark it in that situation. Didn't. Ball to ground. Out of half-back. They push numbers back, St. Peter's, to get the clearance. That's the mark they needed. Deep breaths. Reed all the way up to half-back. Short towards the wing. Had to pinpoint that and did it with accuracy. McKinnon. Nelligan. Nowhere to go. Handballs are missing all of a sudden for SPOC. Reed. Nelligan. Back in. He takes on a tackle. Umpire gives Golden Grove fans what they're begging for all day. 22 minutes gone. It's now or never for the Cookers. Umpire's bringing it back. He's blowing time off, but time ticks on. Time back on now. SPOC have used that stoppage to load their D50. And Golden Grove equalise now, so it's 1-on-1 inside forward 50. Pascoe, they spoil each other all the way to the goal face. Just need to rush it through, and they do. Sensible, patient footy, but it brings it back to a 6-point margin. All results are on the table here. 23.5 gone. SPOC bring it out of their back half.
So Carruthers. And there's the siren. Hasn't gone along at all this quarter. There wasn't many goals scored, but 23.5 minutes gone, and St. Peter's have held on by 1 goal.
Just the 1 goal in that quarter, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised, but so enthralling and engrossing that we were just lost in the contest there, Nath. But what a win for SPOC. They just couldn't keep the lead against Port District in round 1, and that'll feel really, really, really well-deserved.
Yeah, they probably just the better side, but it could have been anyone's game today. But just had the answers there late, and they kicked a lot of points as well. But a lot of them, as you say, were rushed, but they did miss a few in that third quarter. They probably could have blown it out to a larger margin. But to Golden Grove's credit, they kept coming back and just couldn't quite peg back that margin late. And St. Peter's, I thought their defence stood up pretty well in the latter half of the game, and a lot of 2-on-1s there, and then they had Nick Michaels, who was a match winner, up forward as well with his 4 goals. So a really good performance, a great game of footy as well, and it's going to be a tight season as we've seen some of these early games so far.
How's that second quarter? We had 11 goals, and that second half we had 4 goals in total. 2 for both sides. As you said, Michael's had a game of his life, probably upstaged on the day by Henry Nelligan. It was pretty good for SPOC, as was McGill as well. The Bedfords ran hard. Reid had his moments, but Michael's with 4 goals as well, while on the Golden Grove side of things, it was probably the usual suspects in Glenn. Shenton had a pretty anonymous fourth quarter. He was well held when they needed him the most. Pascoe was frustrated. The delivery inside forward 50 after that first quarter wasn't up to scratch for Golden Grove. And in the middle of the ground, Lamb Simon came in, came out. Hable was a consistent presence all day. Jed Barrel after quarter time did some pretty good stuff, but only 1 goal in that last quarter. They just needed to push it. I was mentioning early in that fourth quarter, they allowed SPOC to take those uncontested marks. That would have added up to probably 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, and in the end, they fell about probably 3 or 4 minutes short.
Yeah, it was clever there. They just kept possession and took the sting out of the game, and it was a real dogfight. Not many scores in that second half, as we said, or goals scored, and there were some pretty tired players out there in that last quarter. The ball at times did ping up and down, especially on the outer side where there's a lot of space. But in the end, full credit goes to St. Peter's. They've had 2 good weeks. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the win in their first game. But I saw them beat Glenunga out here late in the season last year as well. And they've added to their squad with a few good ins as well. And I think they're going to be certainly around the mark this year and pushing for a final spot.
So that final score here at Caterer Oval, and a pretty exciting, entertaining match. It opened right up in that second quarter, but the contest was where it was won in that second half for SPOC. 9-20-74, 10-8-68. Not a usual occurrence that you kick more goals than your opposition and still lose the game, but it was the case for the Kookaburras today as we spin around the grounds. And these matches still happening. 29 minutes gone. The Rams have charged. They lead by 2 points against Ross Trevor. Ross Trevor have a set shot for goal in the pocket. And Sacred Heart have beaten Port District by 3 points down at Bryden. So some close encounters here on your Anzac round on Filming Footy. Our match of the day. And it's always something that'll have you in raptures. That kick for Ross Trevor, incidentally, was after the siren, and he smashed it into the goalpost. So Glenunga hold on for a 1-point win. The reigning grand finalists are 1-1, and Port District now are 1-1. So what a tight season we've got in Div 1 footy, Nathan.
Yeah, it's exciting. We had to wait a couple of weeks for this round 2 after we said the two weekends off. But it's a very exciting season ahead for sure, Jack. And witnessed a great game today. And some real good close games all around the grounds at the moment.
One more shout out to our sponsors before we leave you. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's Best on Ground, The Gully, $50 voucher, as well as their partners, the Settlers, the Barney and the Midway, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Coach of the Week thanks to Random Shot Winery, Goal of the Week thanks to Born to Build, Mark of the Week thanks to Moonlight Suites at Kimberley Resorts. Don't forget to catch Between the Posts on the Filming Footy and Adelaide Footy League Facebook pages. Comes out on a Tuesday. Nathan, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, Jack, it's been great. Had a great day today, and we watched a great game of footy, and can't wait to do it all again next week.
Both these teams head to 1-1 after 2 rounds of Adelaide Footy League Div 1 action. We'll catch you back here next Saturday afternoon as the Adelaide Footy League rolls on Filming Footy.
So who'd you give best, the boys?